In college, my linguistics professor issued a challenge that was as mysterious as it was intriguing. Create your own language, master it, and converse with him on stage in front of an audience for a mysterious extraordinary credit bonus. We were given 4 years to complete the task, and anyone who succeeded would be rewarded. I jumped at the challenge and started working on my language that very night. For 4 years, I meticulously crafted my language, complete with grammar rules, vocabulary, and syntax. 6 weeks before graduation, I turned in my language Bible and prepared for the big day. The day of the live conversation arrived. Hundreds of students and faculty filled the auditorium. Nervous but determined, I took the stage, expecting a simple back-and-forth conversation in which he would ask me questions in English, and I would reply in my invented tongue. But my professor had other plans. To my shock, he began speaking fluently in the language I had created. My heart sank as I realized that the language I had worked so hard on wasn't original after all. I had unknowingly plagiarized his work, which I had found on the internet years ago under a pseudonym. I was mortified, but I couldn't stop now. We continued the conversation in our shared language, all while the audience remained clueless about what was truly happening. As the conversation unfolded, he revealed his true intentions. The assignment was a trap, a way to expose students who took shortcuts. He had planted his own language on the internet, waiting for someone like me to come along and copy it. And I had fallen right into his plan. But instead of punishment, I was met with an unexpected reward. He announced that I had won a full scholarship for graduate school, complete with tuition, housing, and supplies. The audience erupted in applause as I stood there, stunned. Afterward, he took me to lunch at a fancy restaurant, where the conversation took an even stranger turn. He became distant, almost robotic, and when I asked him if the whole thing was planned from the start, he simply stared out the window and sipped his wine. I began to question everything. Was this all part of his elaborate mind game? Was I just a pawn in some grand experiment? I'll never know for sure. But one thing is certain, that day, I learned that nothing is ever as it seems, and sometimes, the biggest challenges come with the strangest rewards.